Yellow, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. It's Gummy. I used to think that reading was pretty much synonymous with homework, something you had to force yourself to do. But once I picked it up about a year and a half ago of February 2024, I started to realize something, that this hobby can add so much more to my life. And it's not about homework. It's not about something you have to do. It's about slowing down. It's about learning and actually enjoying your own thoughts and your own brain for once. But before I get going, I just want to ask you, when's the last time you finished a book from front to back? And what was it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like self-improvement, self-help, chill yap sessions like this one, and maybe even about more books in the future, like the video and drop a subscription. Thank you. So here are 5 reasons as to why you should start reading as a frequent hobby. I'm going to start with number 1, and that's just getting out of your own head. It's easier than ever to just get lost in your head nowadays. There's so much to think about, so many inputs and outputs that we have, split second access to. Whereas reading really forces you to stop and get out of your own head. It makes you actively go against the grain of this society that encourages the grind, that encourages the hustle, and encourages intensity. But when you take that minute to just get out of your own head, holy cow, a lot can change. And this goes into reason number 2, that books help you slow down. Life is pushing us to go faster. You see your friends, you see your colleagues, and you're seeing what they're achieving or what they're not achieving, and you put yourself in the middle of that comparison, and it feels like it's off to the races. But reading makes you pause. Reading makes you sit down in that moment and slow down. It's giving you permission to just breathe in that moment instead of being focused on what's ahead. And that's a great exercise because it is a workout for your attention. And that's reason number 3. Reading really works that focus muscle. Getting distracted is like peanut butter to jelly nowadays. We have our instant access to our devices. You see all the media nowadays that's trying to grab your attention. I'm thinking about video games that are trying to keep you on for playtime hours. There's a lot going on. And as you grow up, you get other responsibilities. In that same sense, we're losing our ability to focus because we have so much going on in our day-to-day lives. Most of us can't sit still longer for 30 seconds without thinking about grabbing your phone or scrolling or keep on scrolling. What I've realized in the past year and a half of reading is I'm better at conversations. I'm better at listening to people. I'm better at work because I can sit down and focus on a task for 30 plus minutes. And I'm better at enjoying other things too. I have gotten way better at sitting down and watching a movie. I've gotten way better at sitting down and completing a video game when I get my mind set to it. I've been way better about completing and seeing things through, and I credit that a lot to just being able to sit down and read a book. Reason number 4 on why you should start reading is that it's kind of rebelling the societal, push to consume. Now you're probably like, yo, Gummy, reading is still consuming. And you're right. I'm not going to say you're wrong on that. But what I mean is reading makes you choose the book. It isn't like TikTok. It isn't like Instagram where you can keep on scrolling instantly and get your fix. You have to choose what you read. You have to choose the time you sit. You have to choose where you're sitting at. And it makes you choose in a world that's so hard to do that nowadays. So not only are you practicing your focus muscle, you're also practicing your choosing muscle. And when you start racking up the days in which you read, you're like, holy cow, okay, I can choose that 10-minute section where I can read. I can choose this book that I'm going to spend hours on end with. I can choose this location, and you'll be surprised at how that little choice is going to echo into your life. Because I can now go, okay, I'm going to choose to mow my lawn when I really know I don't want to. I'm going to choose to wake up even though I really don't feel like it. Because after those sessions of your reading, after your sessions of productivity, they give the same effect that you can choose to get something done and do it and see it through its end. And the final reason, and there's kind of two within this one, but the final reasons that you should read is that one, these ideas stick with you more so than watching TikTok, watching YouTube, watching movies, playing video games. These ideas stick because it's your brain, it's your imagination, it's your inner voice creating these worlds and creating these vivid stories that you live through, almost in a sense. And I want to push back against the idea that you can't learn from fiction. That's a terrible... If someone says that to you when you're saying, hey, I'm thinking about reading so-and-so, and they're like, oh, that's fiction, that's gross. Do not listen to them. That's such a knucklehead comment, to put it lightly. You can learn so much from fiction. You can learn about empathy, patience, grief, greed, risk-taking. There's so many different things you can learn about the world we live in, even if it's set in a fantasy, a sci-fi type of environment. Through those characters, you learn about yourself. It makes you ask questions about, oh, what would I do in that moment that this character is facing? How would I feel about losing so-and-so character in my life? Who's that character in my life? So while I am a huge advocate for reading self-help books, yeah, do not listen to the self-help jockeys that say you can't learn anything from fiction. Reading is so rewarding and it's so impactful in ways that I was not prepared for. But when I look back at my, reading habitually journey these past 18, 19 months, I can't even fathom to explain how those little moments of change in my daily routine to include reading have rippled through my life in so much more for the better. So that's why I think you should start reading. So I challenge you, pick out a book. Maybe you have one on your shelf you've always been thinking about. Maybe you have a library card, or maybe you just want to send some money to Jeff Bezos. Don't recommend, but you want to buy a book. Whenever that book comes, or whenever you have access to that book, read 10 pages or set a 5-minute timer and see how you feel after those 5 to 10 minutes. See how you feel after that page allotment. I can guarantee you're going to feel better than a 5-minute scrolling session. I guarantee you're going to feel better than watching your 30-minute Netflix episode. And it's only going to ripple and snowball from there. So if you've been a lifelong reader or someone who's starting to think about reading, tell me what's one thing you hope to get out of reading or that you have gotten out of reading. And if you can, give me a couple book recommendations. I'd like to see what you guys have been reading. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your kind words. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.